Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine here. How are you going? I'm going to do the energy reading for September 2020 for you. Let's go. Oh, I'm doing it inside today. That wind chime last month was a bit loud, sorry about that. I have thought about getting a lapel mic, but I'm going to hit it with my hands because I'll forget it's there. So I figure we'll just keep going like this and do it inside. Okay, so today I'm going to use a deck called Work Your Light Oracle Cards by a woman called Rebecca Campbell. Artwork by Danielle Knoll. They're really lovely. This is another sort of newish deck to me, but I quite like it. I'm growing to like it more and more as I use it. Anyway, I felt drawn to use this deck for you today, so let's see what we get. So I'm just asking for clear and loud and clear messages for the people watching for the energy of September 2021. Please and thank you. Okay, so we've got 4 cards, and again I'm just gonna shuffle them around a bit. The order of this might change. So what I kind of do when I'm doing this part is I'm not really looking at the images and I'm not really reading the words on the bottom of the cards, although that kind of happens a little bit. I'm just really paying attention to what they say or what kind of feels right, I suppose. And then later the order, the pattern makes a lot more sense. I feel like those need to swap. I don't know. Hang on. Sorry. This doesn't normally take this long. No, that way. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And interestingly, like normally with these kind of readings, I would show you the cards and then get the messages or channel the messages for each one. But for some reason for this video, I feel like I want to start a little bit more like I would start with a one-on-one reading. Whereas we'd draw the cards and then I'll swap them around and then I channel and then we get to the cards a bit later. Obviously not doing a whole half hour or hour reading for you, but I just want to see what's going to come through because it feels like they've got a lot to say. They're laughing going, yes, we have a lot to say. And they're pointing out this card straight away, which when I pulled it I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to talk about that. So they're making me talk about it first, which is interesting, even though I've placed it last in the order. And I'll show you them all, don't worry. So this card, it says Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So Pleiades, channeling and uplifting humanity, double mission. And it's got like humans floating in the air with a beautiful kind of galaxy background. It's quite lovely. So I don't really want to get into the whole who are they and what part they play in our lineage on this video. But if you're watching me, you probably know who the Pleiades are, the Seven Sisters star system. Maybe you don't. Anyway, let's see. It feels big. I know I said something about it being big last month, but I feel like almost like a big balloon. Like a big balloon between my hands, like this feels big. And again, they're kind of chuckling, going, it's not scary, it's just big. It's not scary, it's just big. I think we've said that before. When I do readings, I don't, like once they're finished, I don't really remember what's been said. Most people who know readers or know me, have worked with me before, know this. And it's kind of nice. People go, you know, do you remember when you said this? And I'm like, no. They're like, okay. And then they tell me, which is nice. But yeah, it sort of, the messages go when the person goes or the reading's finished. So, but then if I'm reading for that person again or doing readings for you again, and a similar thing comes up, then they remind me. So I do remember saying something about it being, I think it was the energy last month, big, but not scary. And they're saying it's time, and I feel like, so I'm kind of negating what I just said at the beginning about the order of the cards, but that's all right, we're just going with it. So this Pleiades card and this card, which I put second, it says the initiation. It says rite of passage and crossing the threshold. And it's interesting, like they're saying these two cards go together. And if you look at just the colours in them, so this one's quite dark and grey and stuff, but then if you look at that doorway, it's quite beautiful and light and turquoise and pinks and purples and stuff, which kind of matches with the colours in this card. Sorry, the focus is freaking out again. Hi. Yeah, and they just keep saying it's time, it's time, it's time. And I feel like it's that step up stuff, you know, a step up to, I don't know if we talked about this or I wrote about it in one of the newsletter things recently, but like stepping up into your path, stepping up into your higher guidance as well. So one of the things that's been happening that you might already know about is that the energy on the planet is shifting. That's what's happening. Like, it's a consciousness shift. It's the first time in our human history that this has happened on this planet. That's what the shift is. That's what the awakening is. That's what all of this stuff that we've been talking about and learning about and teaching about for years, that's what it is, right? So it's a paradigm shift. Consciousness is shifting. And the way that happens, it isn't some grand, suddenly the governments, the horrible governments are going to fall and everyone's going to get enough support and whatever that they need, and the pollution's going to stop overnight and whatever. How it happens is each one of us individually stepping up into integrity, into light, into heart space, into trusting your gut, into your own discernment, into your own light, into your own power, into your own instinct and intuition, okay? So when each one of us does that in each of our lives, yes, this feels right to me, no, this doesn't. Yes, this person feels right for me, no, this person doesn't. Yes, this job feels right for me, no, this job doesn't. Each of those moments where we step up into what feels right for you in your heart and feels right in your gut as well, so that intuition, each time each one of us does that, it's like adding a piece to the puzzle. What I'm seeing is like a Lego blocks, really, like a block to the tower. It's not a wall, it's to keep people out or anything. It's like they're laughing going, the tower of your dreams. So whatever, that's quite funny, whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, whatever it is that if you sit and have a daydream about what it is that you want your life to look like. So balanced, healthy, wealthy, abundance on all levels, peaceful home, veggie garden, whatever it is, doesn't matter. What was I saying? I've got no idea. It's funny, like, because they're not my words, because I'm listening and channeling to you what they're saying, like when it stops, it's like when you buffer on your phone or your computer or whatever, you just got to wait. And it's funny when that happens when I'm in the middle of a sentence. I can't finish the sentence because I don't know what they're going to say, but they'll come back. It's okay. Oh yeah, when each one of us steps up and makes those heart-centered and gut-centered, what's your best intuition saying? When each one of us makes those decisions for ourselves and then acts on them, that's what adds these pieces to the puzzle, these blocks to the tower of your dreams, or whatever it is. I've never heard them say the tower of your dreams before, it's quite funny. And that's what changes the consciousness on the planet. Does that make sense? Like, it's not going to come from outside, this paradigm shift. It's going to come from inside, and it's inside each one of us, each very single, very individual one of us. Yeah. So that's what these two are about. That's stepping up into your light, stepping up into your instincts, stepping up into your best intuition, your best life, really. And it's not airy-fairy nonsense. This is grounded in reality, really. I mean, there's a whole bunch of science, and most of you know I have a science background, so there's a whole bunch of scientific information around this as well. If you want to look into it, Greg Braden, Dr. Greg Braden, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Todd Ovakaitis, Dr. Lee Carroll, Dr. Amber Wolf, like there's a whole bunch of people. Particularly those first three, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza have done some very good, very recent, peer-reviewed scientific research in these areas. So if you don't know those people, I'd highly recommend looking up their work. So yeah, all of this manifesting stuff and trusting your gut and walking your path, they're saying it's real and it's worth it. That's nice. It's nice to be reminded of that sometimes, I think. And these next two cards, which I had, I think, first and third, I can't remember now. And again, we're back to those beautiful light colours. This one says get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. And the second of the two says trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I did have this second last and the Pleiades following it, which still feels right. So get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Well, that's everyone, really. I mean, I know there's a whole, like, I'm an empath. Well, you know, that's good. You're sensitive. That's awesome. But the thing with this energy shift, the thing with this paradigm shift, is that everyone's becoming more sensitive. Everyone's becoming more intuitive. Everyone's becoming more connected. That's what a lot of the mechanics, the physics of this shift is actually all about. So the more consciousness increases, the more light, love, integrity, compassion, joy, laughter, love increases on the planet, right? It's happening, you know. I highly recommend getting on board and working with it because it's happening anyway. So if you are sensitive, and you have been, and you know about your sensitivities, that's awesome. Then you need to be doing your practices. So get your feet out in the dirt. I've been having lots of Epsom salt baths lately. I'm going for a swim at the beach tomorrow. Yay. You know, do those practices. If you don't consider yourself particularly sensitive, well, strap yourselves in because it's going to get more. I was going to say more intense, but that makes it sound like it's a bad thing. It's just going to increase, you know. We're supposed to be doing a reading for the month of September. Anyway, this is obviously what's needed. It's like the volume's being turned up. Yeah, so even if you don't consider you a sensitive person, then you are going to become more sensitive, and you may as well get used to it. Sorry, that sounds terrible. And they're pointing out all the roses here, and they're saying, but it comes with love, and it comes with love, and it comes with love. So it's a good thing, you know, like it's like that birthday present thing that I talk about in the Set the Symbol video. Like it's that feeling when you see a gift for someone that you love and you just know they're going to love this gift. It's that, like that level of instinct, or the goosebumps you get when someone tells you a story and it's accurate, it's truth, or it has some guidance in there for you. It's all of those kind of things. It's not, you know, the sky is falling. And they're just saying that the increase in the volume, so to speak, of your intuition, it's purely there to guide you. It's purely there to help you connect to that solar plexus energy, which is, you know, the bit at the front of your belly, really, where your rib cages meets in there. Well, it goes, the chakra goes through your whole body, obviously. The yellow one, you know, it's the I am presence, and that's where your gut instinct is. It's that confidence, you know. Yes, I've always wanted to write a book. Awesome, I'm going to start, you know, whatever it is, you know, and to trust that, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So if you, if you I just drank a banana and berry smoothie, sorry. It's terrible. I could edit that out, but I can't be bothered, sorry. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, if you do want to, you know, start that small business or, you know, whatever, and you haven't had time before, but now the world's slowed down a bit, so you've got some time, but you're not sure, ask. Use the guidance in the Set the Symbol video. You know, those kind of techniques. It doesn't have to be that. And I think maybe the last thing or the next thing they want to say is that this isn't really a question. Like it says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And that's why when I first rearranged these cards, the Pleiades card sat next to this one. And they're saying it's not really a question if you knew, because they're saying you are supported. You are supported. That's the whole point of all of this. The whole point of becoming aware of the wider universe. Do you know what I mean? The whole point of that is you are never alone. You are never alone. It's impossible for you to be alone. You might feel like that sometimes. You might feel like hiding in the cupboard with a bottle of vodka and a packet of cigarettes. I don't know why you'd be in the cupboard, but anyway. But you're not. You're not. You've got an entourage, millions of helpers. Everyone's got an angelic team. Everyone's got spirit guides. Everyone's got support. Everyone. Even if that's your horrible neighbour next door, they've got support. They're just not listening to it. So the invitation here, and they're pointing out this card again, which says initiation, but they're saying it is an invitation for those who are still stuck in this sort of black, dark, gloomy space, listening to only the mainstream media going, oh, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. And they're going, no, look at this doorway. And in reality, humanity has already walked through that doorway, remember? That's what 2012 was all about. 2012 was us succeeding. And this next phase, I was going to say, period of our evolution, of our consciousness as a humanity, it's about letting those old, it's like the Tower card in the Tarot, I think I mentioned that recently too, letting those old paradigms fall away. So, and again, it's personal, so what doesn't serve you in your life? If your job is not making you happy and you're coming home in tears and having to drink a bottle of wine every day, probably something needs to change, you know. And so you individually, taking that as an example, might need to cut down on your work hours or change your job or move online or whatever it is. But you making those choices to let that lower vibration energy that isn't suit, could be a relationship, could be a business, could be anything, you know, letting that fall away is you walking into this doorway, is you walking into that beautiful light that's there. It's already there. It's just waiting for you. And the thing with all of this work, all of it, is that you have to ask. You have to ask. You have to trust your own, oh, fingers are in the way. Trust your own guidance, trust your own intuition. Ask for help. Please ask for help. And they're saying that's the big message for September. There's another doorway. they're saying that's actually the big, and they're saying thank you to me for going on this, what felt like at the beginning a bit of a circuitous journey to get to this point. But, oh, see, it's just gone off. It's sort of like gone offline, but they haven't really gone. It's quite funny when it happens, because I stopped talking, because I don't know what they were saying. Oh, are you walking through the doorway? Portals? I don't know, something. Anyway, you're supported and you're loved. And you've got this. The September energy. Stepping up. Stepping up and allowing the guidance to come through, allowing yourself to ask, even if you think I'm a bit of a nut job. But, you know, it's about experimenting, you know. I haven't published the book that I've written, but that's pretty much every second sentence is like, try this for yourself, try this for yourself, try this for yourself. It's the only way. It's the only way. And it's fun. It's kind of fun. I feel like there was something else in there that they were in the middle of saying. And they were talking about going through the doorways and using your intuition. Anyway. Let's see if there's anything else. That's the big message for September, is to get grounded and trust your instincts. So doing a daily meditation, at least, you know, I do it twice a day, morning and evening at least, and coming back to that center of self, regardless of what's going on in the house or in the room or in the suburb or in the city or in the world. Coming back to your center, connecting to your peace, your guidance, your love, your support, your integrity, and asking to be shown the best way forward. And then listening for the advice, and then following it. You have to take action, you know. And there's a real softening around the edges. I know they're a bit kind of like, you know, get your shit together. But there is a real, and I'm sure you can feel it now, and they're pointing out the roses on that Get Grounded card. I'll show you in a minute. But there's a real, like, it is a big ball of big stuff, but there's a real softening around the edges of it. You know, it's powerful. Love is the strongest force in the universe. It's powerful. We're taught that it's not. We're taught that love is weak and, you know, it's silly romantic movies or whatever, but it's a powerful force. And that's what you are not only a part of, but it's what you are made of, right? So if you remember that, and if you see your solar plexus chakra as this tiny little candle flame, they're saying, well, my friends, it's time to blow. It's time to blow on that flame, and not blow on it to put it out, but blow, you know, when you're building a fire, it needs air to kindle it, to make it grow bigger. So the invitation here for September in particular, they're saying, is to blow on your personal flame, you know, light yourself up from the inside out. Whatever that means for you. Maybe it's making time to celebrate with friends, or writing a chapter of your book, or a paragraph, or colouring in, or it doesn't matter. Find things that light you up and do them, and blow that flame of yours, that solar plexus flame. Beautiful, beautiful bright yellow gold colour. And if you're not sure what to do, put your hand there and ask, you know, oh, I feel like baking a cake today, or I feel like going and buying a bunch of flowers for my friend, or going for a walk around the block, or whatever it is. Just take those steps every day. And the more you do that, the more you trust those small moments of guidance, the easier it gets to trust the bigger ones, right? So it's practicing, you know, what I feel like what they're doing, and some of you I know are already doing this work, but I feel like what they're setting you up for is the, you know, those steps when you first work with your psychic development skills, is trust the little bits, and then when it comes to making big decisions, it's a lot easier because you've got this. You've trusted your path and listened to the higher guidance. So, you know, we're going from, you know, shall I buy jonquils or daffodils today to shall I quit my job and move to the Caribbean or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's about stepping into you, and you are made of love. Yeah. I was going to say, so that's easy, but I know that it's not. And just look at these beautiful flowers here. And I feel like spirit, you know, source, whatever you want to call it, you know, these flowers particularly are a gift for you. Hi, people in the trees and stuff. But these flowers, I feel like I want to give each one of you a big bunch of flowers and congratulate you for being here and for making it this far and for tuning in, not only tuning into me, because maybe that's interesting, but tuning into yourself, tuning into your intuition. You know, again, I know it says initiation, but they're pointing at this card, tuning into your intuition, trusting your path, and taking the wins, you know, celebrating, you know, when you do feel that you've done a good job or you've, you know, achieved what to others might seem like a small thing, but to you it's a big thing. Taking time to celebrate, pour yourself a nice drink or make a nice cup of tea or buy yourself some flowers or whatever it is. Make sure you celebrate. They're saying that's really important because that's giving the gift of joy to yourself, right? It's giving the gift of joy to yourself. And they're saying that they always play a part or have a hand in that celebration as well. You know, they want us to succeed. They really do. Right, okay. It's like 25 minutes. I didn't know I was going to talk that long. And I didn't know the reading was going to be like that. That's really interesting. Yeah, I think that's it. They're saying that's enough. I want to keep these videos short so they're digestible for you. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped. It always makes me feel better when I do these kind of readings. So thanks for letting me do them and letting me sit in this lovely energy for this extra time. It's nice. If you like it, the video, like it. If you want to subscribe and keep up to date with what we're doing, that would be awesome too. I'll be sending out the next newsletter by the end of the first week of September. So jump on board to my email list if you want to get that into your mailbox, or on the blog, of course, as well. Okay, I'll talk to you next month. Enjoy this big, beautiful, it's turned into a big bubble full of roses. It kind of looks like that a little bit again, like it's beautiful. It's soft and powerful and quite beautiful. And they're reminding we've talked about rose as well in another video. But yeah, enjoy and hold each other. It's like gently and tightly, you know. You connect with your tribe, the people that fill you up. Yeah, and hold yourself gently and tightly as well. All right, much love. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.